Hi everyone, just a short video. Once again, this is unedited and not legal advice, so I'm just throwing out information that you research for yourself. Now, I didn't understand the bills of exchange and how powerful that document is, so I asked everybody to research it and you make up your own mind. But this is in regards to SPER again. It's worse than we ever thought. Now, a friend has sent me information, a transcript, that SPER has not been a registered business since the 28th of May 2012. So every fine, everything that you have paid since 2012 is is not legal in regards to the sense that it was invalid and they've committed extortion and fraud against you. But I've got the transcript of that, and I thank my mate for that. Now, what's happened is we need to act on a class action. Many have asked me, and I'm willing to step up for that. Because I have SPER on the back foot at the moment, and I've got all the information that we need, we can take it to High Court. Now, last week Saturday, on the weekend, we saw Christian Porter, the Attorney General for the Commonwealth, was summoned to United Nations headquarters in regards to systematic abuse of First Nations people in Australia. Now, we can use that to our advantage. And what I want to do is I will lodge our claim in court, and I will apply the same thing in regards to that a court case should only be $20. Okay, I will apply the Constitution as well as the Exchange Act, and that cost will be $20. But what I want to do is we still need to raise money in regards to getting to court. Now we need to coordinate everybody in the state together. At the moment, I am very busy with stuff that I'm doing for SPER now, but we need to organize something in regards to getting plaintiffs together. Now, as I said, with Christian Porter being sent to United Nations to address the abuses in Australia, this has the opportunity to free all Queenslanders, all of Australia. Now, every state has a penalties office where they pay their fines as well. Now, we can actually help each other. So every Australian needs to get behind this. It doesn't matter your skin color, you're being extorted. And we are wards of the state, and the state should be looking after us. And that's why taxes are wrong, but we'll talk about that another day. But I just want to tell you all, I didn't really understand the power of the bills of exchange, and it's actually changed everything. The government's on the back foot, all the ministers are on the back foot, and what we can do is actually attack the finances of the government. As I said, it's not against ourselves, it's against the government. And we rip SPER apart, the whole governance system of Queensland will collapse. And even the federal as well, because they're the ones that are collecting the money for the government. Okay? So any person that has paid a fine since the 28th of May 2012, you have every right to claim that back, because they've committed fraud and extortion against you. Their actual ABN is on the Department of Justice and Attorney Generals. So they have no registered business name or ABN, and that's against the law. And they're in serious trouble, but it's up to us to work this together. Not about individuals, it's about the people, the Commonwealth. So Queenslanders, get on board. New South Wales and other states, do the same, because we need to act as one people. Never mind indifferences. If you want justice, we fight against the government, not amongst ourselves. I hope you research this. As I said, this is not legal advice, but I've got documentation to prove we take it to court and they can't rebut our claims, we win by default. We give them the same as well. Now I will write to SPER again, and this time I will up the compensation, and I will claim $5 billion because I know I've got them on the back foot. Now somewhere along the line they will have to come to the party and negotiate with me, and I want you to do the same as well. Don't give up. Just keep nagging, keep writing them in. I put on Facebook a letter that I sent on Tuesday. Yesterday they suspended my license. I just laughed because there's no signature on it. It's dog Latin. But I'm not even bothered about it. But what I want you to do is research that bills of exchange. If you need a hand in anything, please just send me a message, and I will send you information, an email that has attachments to it, and it's just broken the whole system at Queensland, the whole government system. Now, as I said, I've been asking for donations, and I thank all the families and friends that have sent me money, and because it's important. As I said, I've had no income for over a year because I've been fighting not only SPER but my employer for unfair dismissal and abuse of or violation of human rights. And I've got them on the back foot as well. So, and I'm never going to give up. But what we have here is a unique opportunity to rip the heart out of Queensland government. So I seriously need your help, and it's only by us working together that justice will be served to everyone. Our children, our grandchildren, they will have justice, and they will make an example of the Queensland government not to do this again. We know that Queensland, every state, the Commonwealth itself is registered on the United States Stock Exchange or Securities and Exchange Commission. We can prove that. We've got the documentation. When we go to court in High Court as a class action, we lodge them documents. That just throws them out. They can't rebut that because we've got documented evidence we can give them. But what I will do, as I said, Christian Porter has been summoned to United Nations to explain himself, and what I will do is I will use that to our advantage. I will use that to our advantage, and I will write to him and say, this is the evidence that we have. SPER has been operating illegally since the 28th of May 2012, and I will break them even before they get to court. And I will apply everything that I've done for SPER and the Electoral Commission, my employer, everything. I will send them that, and that will break them before we even get to court. So I hope you all take note of what I'm saying. Need your prayers, and please, if anybody can, saying in regards to donations, a small donation, whatever you can afford. Never been greedy, and I will tell you a bit of my character, because so many have put their trust in me. So I'll tell you a bit about my character. I've worked since leaving school. I worked with in a Royal Commission, and I believe that was I've been the only Torres Strait Islander to work on a Royal Commission, and that was the passion I had for justice. So working with Commissioner Bill Carter, I don't need to put prove anything in my name. It's already there, written in Australian history. So I don't need to prove anything, but I want to help everybody. So Commissioner Carter said to me, look after your people, look after your friends, and never give up on justice. And you'll see on my post I say, I believe in justice. And that's the same thing that Commissioner Carter told me. Never give up on justice. So we all need to learn things like that. Never give up. Never give up. If you're right and you know you're right, keep fighting. I guess with my character, I'll tell you a story. When I was younger, about 13 years old, my two cousins stole from the milk truck, and my cousin lived next door to the milko. And everybody was shared money, and I had my 10 cents and 20 cents tied up in a hanky full. And we went to the snack bar or the local takeaway, Texarkana or Chicken Inn in Townsville, playing games. Everybody's playing Space Invaders and whatever, pinball, and I carried that hanky with me, never spent a cent. I felt so bad. And we went home, slept that night, I didn't sleep. And in the morning I got up, I heard Mum and Dad in the kitchen having breakfast. So I grabbed my hanky and I had it behind my back, and I went up to Mum and Dad and I said, "Mum, Dad, I need to tell you something." And I said, "What is it?" I just pulled my hanky out and I put it on the table and I said, "The boys stole from the milko." And I know the milkman's name. And I said, "This is what my share, and I didn't spend a cent." So Dad just got up, rang all the uncles, got everybody in the car, and all the brothers and sisters and cousins were all asleep, pulled them out of bed, got them all at home, and they got a flogging. And all the big brothers were there as well. They all got a flogging, everyone. And my big uncle, Harry Walbert, walked up to me, and he's a big man. He went to grab me, and all the other uncles said, "No, he's right. Don't hit him. He's right. He's honest. He told everything." So just as well, he would have just smashed my face. But anyway, and that was it. They got a flogging, took the milk crate. It was like 2 crates. And gave it back to the milkman, and the old guy that was the milkman, he was our friend. He delivered milk every morning at home. So he said, "Don't worry about police, the money's back, I'm happy with that." And it was over. And none of us ever stole again. None of us ever got in trouble. And these 2 older cousins, they said to me when we got older, they said, "We're so grateful you did that, because we've never stolen, we've never been in trouble with police or anything." So, and that's my character, the honesty. So the people that have sent me money already, I've put them into a bank account where I don't touch. And this is where it's for the administration fees, for a subpoena. It's about $2.75, I think it is, per subpoena. So what I want to do is I want to subpoena all the ministers in Queensland, all the state and federal ministers in Queensland, and to court. But it costs a lot as well in like in regards to printing ink. I've only got a small printer, and the amount of printing I do, I just run through the ink in no time. But whatever you can afford to donate, I would really appreciate it. And once again, I said SPER is worse than ever that we ever thought. Anybody that has had a fine issued to them since the 28th of May 2012, you have every right to reclaim that and actually claim for damages. Now the damages will be in millions or billions of dollars. We don't know how many people have been affected until we take this to actual court. So as I said, I'm willing to stand up to that, and we'll use Christian Porter's example being summoned to United Nations to address abuses in Australia, but this can free the whole country. I realise that we can free the whole country, and that's by attacking the heart of the finances in Queensland and every state. So please share this. As I said, this is unedited, this is not legal advice, research for yourself, but if you need information, please forward it to me. if you're wanting to donate, just message me and I will message you bank details. So I hope everybody takes note of this, and anything I can help you with, please just message me or email me direct. And hope you all have a great day. God bless.